everybody, welcome back to the Thylacraft Server. We're here for the update today, and we've got a few things to look at. This is the 1 year anniversary of him starting his Patreon, so that's why the update came out today. He improved the logging of unknown stuff into the OR dictionary. If you want to help to update to this version, give him your ORDIC log, which is in the log file, in the log folder. I put together 253 mods today and sent him my log file. So just about everything in Infinity, everything in my mod pack, and a lot of random crap I had laying around got thrown in there. So there's probably not a whole lot more he needs, but you never know. Alright, so let's get into these. First thing, something that I'm very, very, very happy about. This cauldron. This lovely pain in the butt, not an ore washer, Greg. Daggone it. Cauldron that makes me mad because I have to use it all the time, as you can see, is now being filled. You do not have to sit here and bucket it out of the tank all the time. You change vanilla cauldrons to accept piping in. They have to be, as far as I can tell, I tried the transfer node, it would not fill it. I do believe it has to be a Gregtech pipe. Has to be 300 liters or more capacity, or 250 liters or more capacity. So if you're going with wood, it has to be the large wood, because that is 300. But then you could do, copper, bronze, things like that. So that's the first thing he added. Next is clear glass. This is a Gregtech glass, and you can get it in all 16 colors. Plus he has slabs instead of panes. And the nice thing about it is you can either smelt it, or if you have chisel, I do believe I seen that it was, maybe it's only the stain ones that are in here. Let me try to stain this here. I grab me some dye just for this. There's the magenta stained glass. Now if I stick that in here, I can go to this very last one, which is the Gregtech clear glass magenta color, and it is completely clear, no borders. And is there a way to harvest this and get it back other than Silk Touch? It doesn't say so on the block itself, so I'm guessing not. Do I got my Silk Touch? Yes, I do. Let's see if we get it back this way. Yes, we do. Alright, I'm gonna knock out 4 of these up here and put them in so you can see there's no border in between them and completely clear. So I really like these. These are kind of neat. And to get the regular glass, the regular thickened glass, or the regular clear glass, you just stick it into a furnace and re-smelt the glass. You'll see right here, you just take regular and you smelt it and it turns into the clear. Same with all the colors. And the slabs are just two ways of doing it. Pop these back out real quick. You can either put it into the cutting machine and cut them, or you can use a saw, or yeah, you can use a saw. So we can do this here, and that'll give us two slabs. Or we can drop it into the buzzsaw here, which makes it look like it's got a magenta buzzsaw wheel there. And you'll see that it'll cut and throw them out the other side. Let me drop off some of this stuff here. And there they are. And apparently these slabs stand up, even though in any eye they look like they're laying down. Oh, you can lay them down. Cool. So, okay, why are they jumping all over the place? Wonder if we can reorientate them with a wrench. It doesn't look like it. See if it says anything on the actual glass itself. No, it doesn't. So that's your glass that was added. And you can always put your slabs back together just like this. Okay, why did these... I'm gonna have to ask him about that. For some reason they are different ones because of different ways they stood up, and they won't let me put them together. That's kind of strange. So I'll have to say something to Greg about that and see if there's a bug in them or what, that they're not letting me put them back together because they're standing and not laying. Huh. Alright. Next is the Crucible adds a bonus to mob loot if used for killing vanilla-esque mobs. So if you create a mob harvester and you put a crucible at the bottom to kill them rather than, you know, a lava blade or whatever you choose to kill your mobs, you will get a bonus on the loot that you get from them. I don't have any of them set up around here to show you, and I don't even think I know where any dungeons are close by to set one up. So maybe I'll do that in my regular single player world, and we'll check that out there. Emerald green was added. It's a nice and healthy algae-based meat substitute that is made from 100% vegetarian villagers. So it is a vegetarian alternative to meat because it's made out of 100% vegetarian villagers, if that makes sense to you. And emerald green is basically made from smelting down villagers in a crucible. See if I can actually find the stuff in here. There it is. Emerald green. You can even make an emerald green bar out of it. You can see it gives you 3 food, 0.3 saturation. And you can make a Soylent burger, which will give you 5 food and 0.5 saturation. And you can make a whole block of this stuff, but apparently you can't eat a whole block. And you've got canned emerald green, which that brings up the other thing that he added that has to do with food, which is these empty cans. There are different ones that you can make with stuff. You can make canned apples, canned meat, canned beef, canned tofu, just about everything. But the main thing that is different is you have canned fish, which can be used to tame cats. And the canned beef can be used to do animals, dogs. See, here is used as cat food and as dog food. And that's beef, I think pork as well, should be. But only the fish works for cats. You can't use them for dogs. Let's see. Hydro chops, you can use them for cats and dogs. Meef, use that for cats and dogs. Well, there you go. Puffer fish, you can actually make canned fish out of them, and it actually gives you food and saturation, and it doesn't look like it has the poison effect on it. Might have to say something to him about that too. But if he doesn't change it, that's a good way to use them if you don't want the potions that they give. Canned spider eyes smells rotten. Yeah, I don't think so. But that's your cans that he added. Let's see. Now we're getting into the machines that he added. There are 3 of them, 2 of them which I have made and I will show you today. One of them is a very late game machine, and it's going to take a little bit of work for me to get the material to make it, and I will show you why. First one we're going to look at here is the generifier. Basically, this just takes any kind of stone and turns it into stone. It makes something that's usually, more of a dynamic or specific item and turns it into its generic form. So all the different steels can be turned into steel. Wrought iron can be turned into iron this way. The different waxes can be turned into regular wax. Here's wrought iron to iron. Magnetic steel machine casing to a steel machine casing. This is a different kind of wax to regular wax. There are a few things that can go back and forth, but not very many. You can use it to take magnetism off of things. There's another magnetic steel. Mitosium to gold if you have metallurgy. This is a type of stone to stone, and I'll let you look through all of these. The 2 main ones are annealed copper to copper and wrought iron to iron. Because some mods won't let you use one for another. It does not take any energy to run. Like I have a, where did it go? I had a wrought iron long rod here, and apparently I have lost it. Oh, I used it. That's what I did with it. I was going to show you with it that you could change it, but apparently I have since used it. He also has added dyes for every dye color, so you can take basically any mod's dye. I went through and looked up Botania because I know they have a special kind of dye that can be used, and you throw it in here, and over one tick it will turn into the dye that he has added. So then you get a Gregtech magenta dye for a Minecraft magenta dye. But like the Botania flowers that you grind up to get floral powder, I think it's called, if for some reason you want regular dye out of it, you can use it that way to change that floral powder into Gregtech dye. Now you can't go the other way. You can't turn white dye into bone meal. You can't turn blue dye into lapis. It goes generically, not enhancing, because that would be, cheating. Okay, the next machine we have is a loom. Now, with this, there's a few things that he has made, like gray string. All of your wools will now drop their own color string. And you can use this machine to automate making impregnated frames with string in 8. You can use it to make chained helmets with an integrated circuit and rings, steel rings. You can make horse armor with iron plates and leather. And here is the regular untreated frames, this time using lime string and sticks, but you'll notice it's got every color of string. It doesn't need to be a specific color. Slime ball and string, you can make your leads. So just all kinds of different things. You can either make leather, which, if you ask me, doesn't make sense since this is a loom, how you are putting leather in it and making leather pants. It's not woven. You don't need a loom for that. But in Greg's mind, apparently it works. And then you can put your string back together to make wool. Now you can still do this way. He did not nerf it to where you can't do the string to wool. He just added this as a way to automate it. And it takes rotational energy from the side. It inputs from the top, outputs to the bottom, just like the shredder. Where is my shredder? Trying to point out the shredder here, and I can't figure out where I put it. That's the crusher. Oh well. Now, we got that done. I'll show you the 2 recipes here for these 2 machines. The generifier is basically all stainless steel. You have a stainless steel machine hull, not robust, and then stainless steel item casings to make your generifier. And then for your loom, you have your 4 non-heated flavors. Anything that doesn't take heat units has these 4 flavors, which is bronze, steel, titanium, tungsten, steel. And it is a regular frame, 2 regular gears, and 4 long rods. Bronze, all bronze. And same with this. This will be all steel, titanium, and tungsten steel. Now, the last machine he added is an extruder. The extruder is back, but he decided that the carbon steel that I talked him into adding would be a great, or tungsten carbide that I talked him into adding as an alloy would be a great place to use this stuff, or great thing to use to make this. So now your shapes take a double tungsten carbide plate to make your shape, and then you just use the cutters as typical to cut out your different shapes. Now, the nice thing about this is it only takes a double plate, and to make tungsten carbide is just 1 carbon and 1 tungsten. So it only takes 2 tungsten to make this rather than the 4 steel that it took before. So less material, but a less abundant material to do so. And this is where the real problem comes in. It is a heated machine. It does cost more than the Crucible to do this way than to pour a whole new thing. You'll see it takes heat units from below, like everything, but the steel one still takes tungsten carbide plates times 3, a tungsten carbide buzzsaw blade, which is 4 tungsten carbide plates, and then it takes a robust steel machine casing and 2 steel gears along with a diamond dust. So you're looking at 8, 12, 15, 17 tungsten carbide just to make the machine and 1 extruder plate. Now, if you want to make all your plates, you're really going to need a lot of tungsten. So I need to get some tungsten around to do this. Now, since this is a heat unit machine, you have the 4 heat unit flavors, which is steel, Ingvar, titanium, and tungsten carbide. So if you want to make this one, you're using quadruple tungsten carbide plates and a tungsten carbide robust, so it's double tungsten carbide plates. Titanium is going to be triples, and the Invar is going to be doubles. So depending on which flavor you want to use depends on just how much tungsten you're going to use to make it. So it's a nice machine to have, but it's going to be pretty much, later on in the game when you're actually going to be able to make this thing. And I'm going to go and get some tungsten ahead, and I will make one to put in here and show it off next time we're here. There was one note that the old crop item that had no texture has been removed. So when you load up this update, It will say that there is something missing, but you shouldn't have any of them for it to be an issue, so go ahead and update. It's just something that has been around to make sure that nobody had them and it all got taken care of before now. So now it's finally removed. So this is your update for 6.01.05. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions, give me a holler. I'll be glad to try to answer them for you. Or stop in and talk to Greg on the forums or his IRC channel, and he'll be glad to help you out with more information than what I would be able to give you. Because honestly, if I don't know, that's where I'm going to go, is asking him. So, have a good one, take it easy, and I'll see you next time.